Hello and welcome back to NeoEnglish, your daily show to help you speak real, useful English. Today's story is all about Sean Diddy Combs, a famous rapper and music producer.
That's right. In today's episode, we're talking about what happened to him in court. If you find the news difficult to understand, don't worry. Ryan and I will explain everything in simple English.
So, let's start with the basics. Sean Diddy Combs was convicted of transporting people for prostitution. Convicted means the court decided he was guilty of this crime. For example, if someone steals something and the court finds out, they are convicted of theft. Also, if a person cheats on taxes and is found guilty by the judge, they are convicted of tax evasion.
Good explanation, Ryan. Transporting people for prostitution means helping or moving people for illegal sex work. That's a very serious crime. For example, if someone drives people to another city for illegal work, they are transporting people. Or, if someone helps others travel to work in a job that is against the law, that's also transporting.
Another important word in this story is released on bail. This means Diddy might not have to stay in jail before his next court date if he pays a certain amount of money. For example, if someone is arrested but pays bail, they can wait for their trial outside jail. Another example is, if your friend is arrested and gets released on bail, they can come home while waiting for the court's decision.
Now, let's talk about the word acquittal. If you hear that someone gets an acquittal, it means they were found not guilty of a crime. In Diddy's story, he was acquitted, or found not guilty, of the most serious charge, racketeering. Racketeering means running illegal business activities. For example, if a group makes money from crime, that is racketeering. Another example, if someone makes a plan to get money in an illegal way, they could face racketeering charges.
His lawyers tried to undermine the allegation. Undermine means to weaken or make something less strong. For example, if someone spreads rumors to make you look bad at work, they are trying to undermine you. Or if a lawyer asks tricky questions to show that a witness is not trustworthy, they are also trying to undermine their testimony.
The word allegation means somebody said, or claimed, that Diddy did something wrong. An allegation is not a fact, but an accusation. For example, if a person says a store manager stole money, that's an allegation. Or, if a teacher hears that a student cheated, but doesn't have clear proof yet, it's just an allegation.
So, let's go over the story. Sean Diddy Combs was in court. The court found him guilty, or convicted, of transporting people for prostitution. This means he helped or moved people for illegal sex work. He might be able to go home before the next trial if he is released on bail. That means he pays the court some money for temporary freedom.
However, the biggest accusation or charge against him was racketeering, working with organized illegal business. But he was acquitted. The court said he was not guilty of that. That's a big relief for him and his team.
The lawyers tried to undermine the allegation of racketeering, meaning they worked hard to make the court doubt that accusation.
Let's recap the new words and phrases we learned today and see how we use them. Convicted, decided by a court to be guilty. Example, she was convicted of stealing. Transporting people, helping people move from place to place, sometimes for illegal reasons. Example, he was caught transporting people for illegal work. Prostitution, illegal sex work. Released on bail, allowed to leave jail after paying money while waiting for court. Example, he paid money and was released on bail. Acquittal, found not guilty in court. Example, there was not enough proof, so he got an acquittal. Racketeering, doing organized illegal business. Example, they made money from racketeering. Undermine, make something weaker or less certain. Example, the lawyer tried to undermine the witness's story. Allegation, someone says a person did something bad, but it is not proven. Example, there is an allegation against the manager.
Let's tell the story one more way. Sean Diddy Combs went to court. The court found him guilty. He was convicted of helping move people for illegal sex work. But on the bigger crime of organized illegal business, or racketeering, the court said he was not guilty. His lawyers worked hard to weaken, or undermine, the story against him, and that helped with his acquittal on the serious charge.
That's today's news in simple English. Now you understand the key words and ideas. If you want more daily news stories and useful English, subscribe to NeoEnglish so you don't miss anything.
Thanks for joining us. See you tomorrow, and keep practicing your English.
Bye for now.